Hey y'all, welcome back to our very bookish channel, and welcome to another edition of our newest video series, One Viral Book, Two Opinions in Under 10 Minutes.
And here is my opinion in our newest of the viral book series that we're doing, where we read viral books that everyone's talking about. And this episode, we are going to be doing Rose in Chains by Julie Soto. And it does have this really beautiful sprayed edge version. Underneath is still a very beautiful, I'm a big fan of purple. As you can see, I have a purple shirt on today. And my purple nails. Definitely a gorgeous version. I did do a mixture of both audio and physical so that we can read this because we wanted to get it out as close to the release date as possible. It came out July 8th. I am conflicted about this book. I have gone into this probably the first real fan fiction that I have read. I did not dabble in this realm before. I did look into it a little bit. I know a really popular one that is in the Hermione universe, which is from Harry Potter. It's Hermione as a character and Draco, imagining them as a romantic couple. And Manacled by, and I forget her name, I'm gonna have to put it on the screen, is one of the more popular ones. Also The Auction, which I think is what Julie Soto had written on a fan fiction site, and then obviously had to scrub all of the Harry Potter references out, wrote Rose in Chains. I'm not sure if I feel like I recognized Harry Potter per se. I mean, I obviously knew the characters were meant to be Hermione and Draco, but the magical elements of this I felt were really interesting. I did enjoy those elements a lot in this book. A lot of the story was difficult to read because, just so you know the storyline, I don't know if Amanda's already gone through this, and we do only have 5 minutes for our opinion, so I'll say it really briefly. Bryony Rosewood, who is in the kingdom of Evermore, her father and brother are seemingly killed. And she is then taken into capture, and she is then put into auction. And the person who ends up buying her is the character that's based on Draco, and his name is Tovin. A lot of women are put into pretty much slavery for this book and made to be like sexual slaves, and a lot of those scenes I didn't particularly enjoy. I didn't like any of that. I was conflicted about this book. I liked the magical elements. I really loved the ending. I didn't expect to love the ending so much, but it also gave me deja vu, and I can't say why. And I want to talk to Amanda about it. I actually texted my friend Allie too and asked if she had read this, because I wanted to talk about it. I do feel like I would read the next one in this series. I am curious, because of how it ended, what the next book is going to bring. So yeah, I don't know how much more I want to say about it because it's hard to get some of my thoughts in a 5-minute video, but I did enjoy parts of it. I feel like those that read Fourth Wing and some of that romantasy would enjoy it, but there's a lot of controversy with this book online for several reasons. Fan fiction is definitely a controversy right now in if it's ethically right to be monetizing off of someone else's creativity. And a lot of that wasn't monetized on some of the sites that write fan fiction. Some of the thoughts that I've had that I don't have time to go down all the rabbit holes with all of the controversies with this. But for the most part, I did enjoy it. It was just over a 3-star for me. And I did round up 4 Goodreads and put it at 4 stars. But I would say it's, you know, in between a 3 and 4, which to me isn't a hugely great book, but there were definitely moments of this book that I did enjoy. I am really curious to see what Amanda felt about this book, so I can't wait to see her thoughts on it.
All right, so y'all know the drill if you've seen any of these videos before. I'm not gonna recap the synopsis just because I'm trying to save time and keep this video short for y'all. So this book to me was a good book. It was entertaining. It was interesting. I liked the characters for the most part. Hi. Aww. The main female character, Bryony, which is how I said it in my head. I don't know if that's the correct way to pronounce it, but when reading her name, that's kind of how it came to me in my head. She is a princess and she's a lot stronger than people know magically. So she has been kind of not hiding her magic, but she has a twin brother. She's been siphoning some of her magic too. So when she's on her own, she is a lot stronger than people know. But she kind of aggravated me a little bit with how naive and sort of ignorant she was to Tovin, who is the main male character, to his feelings and his clues and the things he was trying to say to her without saying it to her. I felt like she was just a little naive regarding his feelings and, you know, the things he was trying to show her. And that kind of got on my nerves a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was getting kind of frustrated, especially like by the end of the book, of like, really, like, you don't see what's going on. How do you not realize what's going on? How are you not, like, you know of all these horrible things going on with all of the other people, your people in this book, like the people that followed you, you know all these horrible things going on. None of those things are happening to you. Tovin's not doing any of those things to you. His family is being very cordial, I would say, with you, but you're like naive to anything else, like, you know, why might he be treating you special? I just feel like, you know, that was a little bit aggravating and frustrating. Also, this is a enemies to lovers, very slow burn romance. I don't feel like they were true enemies, to be honest with you. I know that trope sometimes gets thrown around, but I don't feel like they were true enemies. They were kind of like maybe rivals to lovers. They did go to school with each other before the start of this book, so they did know each other, and I just felt like maybe they were little rivals, you know, kind of like he was a bully and maybe he picked on her a little bit. So I feel like they were a little more rivals than true enemies. And sorry, Smoochie's moving the stand. Stop, Smoochie. And I do think that I like slow burn romance. I like the romance to develop over time and feelings to develop. I'm not really a real big fan of the insta-love, although I have liked books that have had insta-love in them. I think I just kind of more prefer the build-up and the slow burn as far as the romance goes, but this book was super slow burn romance. It was almost too slow burn for me, so I was getting a little aggravated by the end of the book with how slow the romance was coming along. I think for me, maybe there's a happy I think for me, there needs to be kind of a happy medium. I don't need it to be very quick, but like, I do need the romance to happen. It gets aggravating and frustrating to me when it doesn't happen after so long. So that was all really that stuck out in my mind as far as negatives go. Overall, I really enjoyed the story. I felt like the pacing was okay. There was always something interesting going on, always little nuggets of information being dropped. You do flash back to her days before the current events when they're in school, and I don't know, I didn't really like that part of it so much. I just found those not to be extremely helpful. I feel like the book could have been okay without it. You could have like put the pieces together without some of those flashbacks, but overall I felt like the book was strong. I am gonna be moving on and reading the second book of the series when it comes out, and overall I'm gonna give this book 3.5 stars. I feel like it was better than a 3-star, but not quite a 4-star for me. So I'm going to settle on 3.5 stars for this book.
If you have any suggestions for viral books for us that we should be reading and doing, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time.